So what's going on, guys, and welcome back to episode number 81 of our Portsmouth career mode on the PS4 FIFA 15, and we're going to be kicking off this episode with a game at the Boleyn Ground up against West Ham United, and West Ham are currently sitting in 18th place, currently in the red zone, which is the relegation zone. So I'm really hoping we can try and get a good result for this one. But we're going to have to try and pull up our socks because we have got a very difficult game, especially when they've got players like Andy Carroll in the front line. They've also got Winston Reid, is a player that I would like to bring in as well. But the first chance of the game does actually fall to us. Vitinha does very well, skips past the player, has a good shot, but unfortunately his shot, he pulls it a little bit and it goes wide of the post. But the next chance of the game does actually fall to us. Once again, Morgan Freeman picks up the ball. He plays the ball to Lamela. Lamela whips the ball in the box. It comes to Dembele. He wins the header. He hits the underside of the crossbar and it bounces into the back of the net, and a wonderful, powerful header for Moussa Dembele as he fires that one into the back of the net. And we actually get ourselves 1-0 up in front of this game, and the goalkeeper that we'd like to sign, Spiegel, does actually get beaten by a power header, and there's nothing he could possibly do about that one. He was playing well in this game. He was denying a few shots. There'll be a few highlights as well that you'll be able to see where he does make a few good saves, but they do come very close here as Andy Carroll runs through. He chips the goalkeeper and puts the ball into the back of the net in the 78th minute to put them back on level terms. So I was disappointed that we couldn't maintain our lead. It was very disappointing, especially conceding a goal as simple as that, as our right back just was nowhere to be seen, and Freeman was guilty of pushing up too far and trying to get too far up the pitch when he should be back defending. And unfortunately for us, like I said, it was a little bit disappointing that he couldn't get back, and as you see there, he was miles out of position as he chips Cragno into the back of net, and what could be Cragno's last game of the season, or last game with us. But we do get a good chance with Yetta. He runs through, has a good shot, but unfortunately it was a good save by Spiegel, and they do manage to get the ball clear. But we try to push forward, but Halilovic loses the ball. They get the ball over the top to Pulba, and I don't know where our defence was, and they play the ball round. It comes to Andy Carroll, and he has the simplest of finishes, slotting that one into the back of the net, and I was very unhappy that we managed to squander a 1-0 lead and end up losing 2-1. It was a good finish, to be honest, to actually play the ball over the top to Puga. He played the ball to Andy Carroll, and Andy Carroll slotted the ball into the back of the net. So I was disappointed that we couldn't actually go ahead and wrap the game up, but we do end up losing the game 2-1. But the player we do bring in next was going to be Zivkovic, the striker, the 21-year-old striker. We did decide to swap him for Luciano Vietta. So Luciano Vietta is no longer a Portsmouth player, and also Alessio Cragno, our goalkeeper, has left the club. We're also going for Leon Goretzka, which you saw in the previous episodes, but we're trying to bring him into the club, and he keeps saying that he wants a bigger squad, bro. But I believe if we can offer him a good enough contract, he will come to the club. We're also going for Michael Mandron. He's a 23-year-old from Sunderland. He's 79 rated, and he looks very promising. I've also scouted him all the way, and I do know he has got some incredible stats. Another player we do decide to go in for is Callum Chambers. We decided to offer an 8 million straight for him. If you guys are wondering where we got so much money from, go and check out the previous episode number 80, and I'm sure you guys will then know why we've got so much money. We're also going for John Stones, the 23-year-old centre-back. He is a player that I'd love to bring into the club, and I'd really enjoy it if we could try and bring in all of these players. We're also going for Simone Scuffet, the 21-year-old goalkeeper from Udinese. We decided to offer a 6 million deal. I know that they're going to want at least double that, but you never know. I just wanted to try and see if we could get anything. We're also going for Julian Draxler, but he is going to be a player that we're going to try and get on the free, because his contract is going to expire very, very soon, in 6 months' time. And if we can try and get him into the club, he will be one of the biggest signings we have ever made at this club. Also, Leon Goretzka comes back and says he wants more money because he loves living where he is. So we decided to offer him a 75,000 a week contract just to see if we can lure him into the club. The transfer offer was also accepted from Sunderland, but before that, Arsenal said they wanted 11 million for Callum Chambers. We decided to offer 10 million. Which is 1 million less than what they stated they wanted, just to see if we could try and bring him in. And the last player we're going to try and go in for is Michael Mandron. They did accept the transfer offer, and we're going to offer 10 million they did accept, and we're going to go ahead and try and bring him into the club. Also, Julian Draxler said he loves living where he is, so we decided to offer him 130,000, a crucial first-team player, to see if we could lure him into the club, and it would be absolutely incredible if we could. Simone Scuffet, they said that was unacceptable. They thought he was worth a lot more than what we offered. so we had to up it to 9 million just to see what they would say. They also said that they wanted even more than that, so we had to, but this time we did actually offer 9 million yet again, because I thought, why do they want more if they just said they didn't? So it was a little bit weird, to be honest. But we're also going for John Stones because his contract was declined. Once again, Leon Goretzka's contract was declined. We decided to offer him this time, I believe it's 85,000 or 80,000 a week, which is a hell of a lot of money, but I believe he is going to be worth it. And Callum Chambers, Arsenal wanted 11 million, sorry. So we decided in the end, after a lot of negotiations, to just up it to 11 million just to see if they will come back. And Michael Mandron does actually decline his contract yet again, so we decided to offer him 60,000, a 4-year deal, and this time it'd be a crucial first team player instead of an important first team player. Julian Draxler said he wants more money, so we decided to offer him 135,000, and this was pretty much the maximum I wanted to go up. I didn't really want to go up anymore, but I would still love to bring him into the club. And Udinese said they wanted 13 million for the young goalkeeper, the 21-year-old, and I'm really hoping he's going to be a higher rated goalkeeper than what we just sold Cragno for. And to be honest, we just sold Cragno for 15 million, so if we can bring in a goalkeeper that's younger and probably higher rated for cheaper, it would be incredible. Also, Leon Goretzka accepts his contract, so here's another player that joins the club. And another player that does accept his contract is Michael Mandron. So them two players have now joined the club, and they may be playing. And also, Julian Draxler joins the club, but we have to adjust our wage budget just to see if we can try and get him in. Also, Arsenal actually accept for Callum Chambers, so we could go ahead and offer him a contract just to see if we can bring him in. And also, Julian Draxler is going to be joining us next year on a free deal, so the best deal we could possibly get. We picked up Julian Draxler, the 24-year-old German centre-attacking mid and left midfielder, for free. And all we had to do is pay his wages. So he is going to be joining the club next season. So I'm really hoping you guys are going to stay with us and keep watching this series until next season, and you will see what a fantastic squad we have got. And as you see there, we've got the new front two up front. We've got Zivkovic and Mandron. And also, Leon Goretzka is actually playing in this game, because I decided to give a game to the 3 debutants. But the first chance of the game does actually fall to us. Freeman whips the ball in the box. It comes to Goretzka. He has a header, but unfortunately, Spiegel makes a good save. And this is actually a second game up against West Ham in this episode, and unfortunately for us, they do have another good chance, but this time Nieto makes a fantastic save, as he's currently standing in because he's the only goalkeeper we've got. He makes a really good save, but Eric Dier does actually win the header, gets there in front of Spiegel, and a very poor mistake there. I believe it was from Creswell, but he was trying to control the ball. His control went out of control, and it went into the back of the net, and we ended up winning the game 1-0 at home in the FA Cup. So we progressed in the FA Cup, and also John Stones will be joining the club. So we're signing really, really good talent, and I'm really looking forward to using all these new players that we're currently signing. We're also going for Callum Chambers. He wanted a bigger squad role because we did give him a squad rotation role, but he said he wanted a bigger squad role, which is fair enough. We're also going for Simone Scuffet. He does accept, or Udinese do actually accept the offer, so we go ahead and offer him a contract. Yacine Benzia, we get an offer from Sunderland because they want to replace Mandron, who's recently joined us. So we decide to counter offer for 6.3 million, but even if they match something like 5 to 6 million, I will decide to let him go. And Simone Scuffet is the goalkeeper that will be joining us and replacing Cragno. Also, Yacine Benzia, they said they will offer 5 million, which is fair enough, and I went ahead and accepted it. So that is, and Callum Chambers is the last player that's going to be joining the club. So they are all the players that have joined our club in this season. We're also going for Lucas Digne as well, because we can also sign him on a free if we could try and bring him into the club, which would be great. 80,000, 3 years deal. If we could get him, I do know he's a real promising left back, and we do actually get him. So Lucas Digne, or Digne, is going to be joining the club, as well as Julian Draxler next season. So this is the squad report, and I'm sure this will be a squad report that will be highly interesting, because as well as seeing all the players progressing, you'll be able to see the new talent. So Zivkovic has already gone up to an 80 rated, so he's already the same rating as Vieto, which is very good. Michael Mandron, actually there, look at them physical stats, they're incredible, and he looks very promising. We also have a look at Simone Scuffet. He's a 75 rated goalkeeper, 21 years old. So also Simone Scuffet will be a good player that could actually help us in the league so far. Also, surprisingly, Sammy Amiobi has actually gone up in rating, because we are not actually playing him, but Vleminks, who I now know how to pronounce his name because someone left a comment in the description down below, so thank you for that. And Leon Goretzka is a 78 rated player who looks very promising as well. He's only 22 years old, and hopefully his potential will grow, as well as Callum Chambers, but Callum Chambers' aggression is 98. John Stones is also a very good centre-back, so there will be some more changes in the starting lineup coming up. So that's actually going to be it for this episode. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit the like button down below, as it is going to be very, very much appreciated. If you did enjoy it, please make sure to hit the like button, and I really do hope to see you next time very, very soon for the next episode of the Tottenham Career Mode, which I'm sure you will enjoy. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.